Hey guys, welcome back. Here we are in episode 13 and the beginning of episode 6 for my Final Fantasy VII Remake hard mode guide. We are right here at the beginning of the collapsed Expressway. This is after you go talk to Aerith's mom and all of that, see Marley and all that good stuff. So we are going to make our way through here. I haven't really changed much materia-wise. The only thing, these two are still the same right now, but the main thing you want to worry about is having Cloud set up to crowd nuke. So double magic up and then magnify. Right now it's ice, but we're going to be switching it out a couple of times, as you'll see. The whole thing here is we're just going to use Cloud to blow up every enemy on the way and clear out the tunnels and get through it quick. Make sure you have First Strike equipped too, that way you can cast the spell as soon as combat starts and you're not stuck waiting for your ATB bar to charge. Anyway, here we go. I'm just going to run through this whole area because it is a good amount of fights. So again, these guys, the ring maws, you can just throw a blizzard at and they will die. And that takes care of them. And then I think we have another group of ring maws. We're going to be swapping between ice, lightning, and fire. Yeah, these things. So these things are... they do the scream attack if they get too close to you, which can be annoying. Make sure you use a Blizzara on them. They're a little bit tougher than the ringworms are. Vargadopolis. I am nowhere near good enough. I have no business trying to say that. I am not anywhere near good enough with words. Alright, this group right here. Again, just a Blizzara. The Tepsicolt are our friends who spin around like a tornado, as I'm sure a lot of you probably remember. And just bang, that should be them. Cool. Oh no, we got one more. Okay, where's Barret? Okay, well, Tifa's got an Omnistrike. Yep, cool. So guys, when you get to this mob right here, the prototype sweeper and the smogger, you do want to make some adjustments on your materia because the prototype sweeper is kind of a pain in the dick. If he starts acting froggy, it can get bad. So really, Barret and Cloud are the main two you just have to worry about with this. So for Cloud, you want Lightning on Magnify, obviously. The double magic up, Skill Master, First Strike, and Steadfast Block in case we have to start blocking some of the sweeper shots. We might have to cast Barrier too if things go off and we can't stun it too early. And then for Barret, just make sure he has Lightning and Elemental hooked to one another. And then for Steadfast Block, Assist, Stagger, Provoke, First Strike, all that fun stuff. Basically, as soon as the fight starts, Cloud's going to nuke them with a Thundaga, and then hopefully Barret can either Maximum Fury or Maximum Fury plus Overcharge should take out the Smogger. And then once the Smogger's gone, you don't have to worry about getting silenced anymore. And then hopefully Cloud will... using their mutual ATB materia, Cloud will have another Thundaga queued up after Barret does that. So let's see if we execute this right or if I make myself look like a dumbass. So go up here. You want to hit the sweeper prototype first because they'll be close enough together that you can. So let's go ahead and go to Barret, Overcharge, and then Maximum Fury. Okay, cool. We took out the Smogger. Beautiful. So let's go ahead and focus shot the prototype. Okay. And have Cloud, now that he has another Thundaga queued, go ahead and Thundaga. Just let Barret eat these shots. Tifa can go ahead. Does she have... Omni Strike she does, so we're going to Unbridled and Rise and Fall. And let's go to Cloud. Barret can... Focus Shot should work. And here comes another Thundaga. Just go ahead, it doesn't matter. Cloud is not going to need the MP. Trust me. And after that, let's just do this preemptively. So go into your Materia and swap all of the lightnings over to fire. Again, you don't really have to worry about Tifa here. She's not gonna... She doesn't need any Materia adjustments to do her job. She's basically just there to run around and beat the shit out of things. So up here, you're gonna run into this pathway. Don't bother going back there. It's just an item, unless you want to collect all the items. But items are useless on hard mode, sadly. Let's go ahead and these bandits, the ones that basically the ones that don't put the mines down and shock you, you can just kill them with a fire, unless you hit the wall in front of you. I'll just focus thrust him, and let's go with Barret and have him overcharge, and that'll take care of them. Yeah. They're not worth spending extra effort on. They're so weak. Now these ones up here, the ones that drop the little mines that can paralyze you, they are worth at least making sure you kill. So go ahead with Cloud and do a Fyra. Shouldn't need more than that. Yeah, see, they're putting the mine down. It's always annoying getting shocked in this game because, you know, you go from flying around killing everything to just anyway, so this mob up here, these are the same 3 schlubs we've beaten up like 6 times before, and we're gonna beat them up again. Actually, I think we're gonna kill them this time because Barret mentioned something about how he's glad they're done or something like that, but we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if these guys become like a running gag or something like that. For Barret, is he close enough to upper? Oh, yeah. Gotta charge an uppercut on the guy. Aw. I fucked that up. I tried to have fun, guys. But I'm not talented enough. That's why this is the easy guide and not the no damage, crazy, badass, beat everything guide. I can hold my own though. We're getting by everything pretty well, right? Hopefully this guide has been helping you. Now just go ahead. You don't need to bother switching Barret, honestly, because this is the last mob we run into before we go back to Sector 7, and then you find Wedge, all that stuff, and then you guys get split up. So just go ahead and have Cloud kill them with a Blizzard. And I guess Barret can Maximum Fury the Ring Maul. This should probably kill it, but let's have Cloud Blizzard it again just for good measure. There we are. And I am fairly certain that is the last mob, but let me just check. And we should, if all goes according to plan, you'll have Barret and Tifa. Yep, that was the last mob. If all goes according to plan, you'll have Barret and Tifa with full MP going into this next part, which is really important. They're going to get split off from Cloud, and we'll be playing the rest of the chapter with just them two. So you want them to have MP, especially for the boss fight at the end. It can come in handy being able to do like barrier and haste for that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and skip forward. The next time I see you guys will be when Barret is when it breaks off and you're playing as just Barret. Hey guys, here we are in the tunnel underneath Sector 7. We skipped a little ways ahead. You go to Sector 7, you run into Wedge's cat. You follow it, you find Wedge. He's lying there, the floor collapses, and all of you get separated. And right now you are playing as Barret. So go over here to the bench and heal if you need to. And as far as Materia setup, I am rocking the following. So he's got Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and a Champion Belt. Actually, with Cloud not around, we can go ahead and take his... No, there's not that much magic down here. Don't worry about it. So Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Champion Belt. Then for Materia, he's got Fire, Junctions, 2 Elemental, Steadfast Block, First Strike, ATB Stagger, Chakra, and HP Absorption, Junctioned to Deadly Dodge. I know this is a combination I haven't used yet, like, at all, but it's actually pretty freaking good for Barret. Most of the time when I'm using Barret, I just have him buffed up to take damage, and he doesn't really, he's got somebody with him who can heal him, so I usually just give him like ATB support powers and all that. But in this instance, it's a really good way to keep Barret healthy without having to waste MP on healing. But most of these mobs shouldn't be too much of a problem. As you can see with the Bugaboos, as soon as the fight starts, you'll have a bar of ATB, so you just go ahead and Maximum Fury. You can take out most of these in one Maximum Fury. And then what's left, just Overcharge. And that's all of them. But yeah, with Deadly Dodge and HP Absorb mixed together, you actually get a shocking amount of health back. See if I can demonstrate. And let's go ahead and just Overcharge. Yeah, Barret's a fucking Chad. He just tears through all kinds of shit. No problem. And again, Maximum Fury. And Overcharge. Stupid easy. Those guys. The only remotely scary enemy you're going to run into down here is Bloodhounds. So over here, this is just an item. I would just ignore it and go over here, clear this rubble. Okay, now for this part, I like to try and have some fun because I really like the aesthetic of Barret's melee weapons, but man, I just don't like the way they feel in combat. They're so slow and clunky, they have no range, but if you hit with them, good lord, they do so much damage. So but we have some unsuspecting doggos up here. I'm gonna switch back to Bertha, so there's no need to really worry about that. But actually, I wonder if I have enough to get the Materia slot. How many upgrades do I have for Wrecking Ball? Let's check, because right now Barret should have, it says just 3, unless I haven't updated my list. So yeah, right now I don't think he would have enough for me to upgrade anything on Wrecking Ball. Or I mean Bertha, yeah, because Bertha's the one that would need to get the extra slot. But I do actually have something for Wrecking Ball. Let's do attack power. Why not? And make sure I'm gonna post I need to post something in the description for the videos or something like that, because I've done a really terrible job of keeping up on the upgrades. There's only a couple that are like must grabs, like Cloud for these two with this discount spell casting, and then Tifa with her discount. Really, it's just the discount spellcasting is the main one, because as you've noticed in this guide, I use magic quite a bit. But anyway, that was a long, unnecessary rant that I might actually even edit out the video. We go ahead, overrun, and then now that we have done that, let's do a charging uppercut to this Bloodhound. Bang. And then go ahead and overrun again. Yeah, isn't this amazing? Aww. I mean, this is my aesthetic right here. I wish Barret could do this all the time and be successful, but the sad fact of it is he's just mainly his main use is ranged. If he's not being ranged, then he's just not doing what he's best at. But God, those weapons are so fun to use. Anyway, let's go ahead and switch back to Bertha for now. So long, Wrecking Ball. It was fun while it lasted. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of get why they had to balance him that way, because then Barret would just be even more of a fucking like monstrosity than he already is, because yeah, his melee is just not that great. Let's just go ahead and overcharge and kill these guys. I didn't realize that was just an item down there. So you want to go up here. Oh, ominous growling. I wonder if we'll be back to explore that some more. Okay, so over here we do have that Bloodhound back there who can potentially be a problem. So what you want to do is go ahead and maximum fury him as soon as the fight starts. Then overcharge. Don't even worry about the bugaboos until he's dead, because bugaboos honestly ain't shit. And go ahead and just deadly dodge heal. There's a fight later where we'll use that combo again, and it is hilarious how much damage Barret does doing it, because the setup is just perfect to use it. You'll see, oh god, you'll see his health bar. It's just like constantly like dropping and refilling and dropping and refilling. It's pretty great. And I'll go ahead and go up this way. Now, which way do I want to go? Oh, yeah, that's just an item over there. Don't worry about that. I'm going to go ahead and try to reunite with Tifa. I might just fast forward until we get to that. Oh, never mind. We got these clowns to worry about. Maximum Fury. A lot of the weaker enemies, Maximum Fury will just dust off, and then, or it'll put them in a position where all you have to do is overcharge afterwards and they're gone. Very nice. It's tough trying to deal with the intimidating bugaboo, the pound for pound strongest enemy in all of Final Fantasy VII Remake. Sephiroth quivers in his boots at the sight of them. Okay, and for here again, just get the were-rats. They can be annoying if they start kicking dust at you and stuff. And there they go. And I'm a little on the hurt side, but we'll be alright. I don't even really bother using chakra, because the deadly dodge heal is so effective. I got you, Tifa. We're coming for you. Alright, there it is. I like how he apologizes to him afterward, like, sorry. Okay, so after all that, you'll get up here and reunite with Tifa. We're going to go ahead and once again just maximum fury these guys. And go ahead and do overcharge. And yeah, Barret just deletes those things, so not really a problem. Let's go ahead and get Tifa set up. I'll do that and then fast forward to when I have it finished. Okay, so let me just go ahead and do this and then Tifa's done. Alright, so we've got Sonic Strikers, Force Bracelet, and Circlet with Ice, Lightning, Magic Up, HP Up, Skill Master, First Strike, Refocus, Prayer, and Time. She is essentially going to act as our healer, and when we need it, hopefully we can stay healthy without using MP, but just in case we can't. Are they both still full? Yeah, they're both fine. Barret is going to need some healing, but that isn't too big a deal right now. In case there's... I guess let's go ahead and let Tifa heal him real quick. Just in case there's any MP in these boxes I'm breaking. Alright, cool. Go ahead and... Whoops, wrong person. Go ahead and put ice back on. Yep, nice. In general, try and wait, and I know I probably harp on this too much, but in general, just try and wait and not, wrong way. Try and not use MP to heal if you can help it. Like if you can get away with just a prayer or chakra or something like that. Even if you think your health's a little bit low, because as long as you're not fighting a big dangerous mob, you can really just chakra as soon as the fight starts and you'll be okay. Alright, so these two bloodhounds can be kind of annoying. So one of them, let's just go ahead and fire the front one. And then do overcharge, which is going to stagger it. And then go ahead and charging uppercut it, which will recharge our overcharge some, not as much as I wanted it to, but that's okay. Tifa, double unbridled strength, hopefully. Yep, and just rise and fall. Omnistrike. Oh, I always miss Omnistrike. It makes me so sad. And then for Barret, let's go ahead and just focus shot, and that should do it. Yep. The bloodhounds can be mildly annoying if, looking alright on MP, I guess. Fuck it, let's go in here. The bloodhounds can be mildly annoying if you're not quick about killing them, because they start doing the tail whip thing, the head tail whip, and that can kind of hurt, but other than that, not too bad. There's only one mob in here that is a little on the scary side, and it's of course a prototype sweeper. The sweepers without cloud are not, or I'm sorry, cutters. It's a cutter. Cutters without cloud are not fun at all, because cloud just completely destroys them. You just Punisher mode and counter stance, or Punisher mode and block, or if you're actually good at the game, unlike me, you can switch stances and get the auto counter from Punisher on them. It's just, Cloud just completely destroys them. But Tifa and Barret, not so much. But let's go ahead. Let's swap the fire that Barret has out for lightning. Tifa already has lightning, which we are going to use to shoot that fucking thing. Yeah, as soon as it starts, Thundaga the cutter. Okay, there goes that. Now with Barret, focus shot the cutter. Ignore the mono drive things, they really aren't all that. And then overcharge. And then once again, focus shot. Wrong thing, but it should still work. Tifa's behind it, so let's go ahead and see if we can get a star shower in on it. Ah, crap, it moved. God, I hate the target lock in this sometimes. I know only a bad craftsman blames his tools, but it can be a little janky. Let's go ahead and focus shot it again. We should almost be there. There we are, staggered, nice. And we'll go ahead. Let's maximum fury it. They don't stay staggered for too long, but okay. Let's steel skin because we're likely going to get hit by that. Switch to Tifa real quick and have her take out the moon drive. Oof. Okay. Thankfully, prayer did the thing. And maximum fury. No, that's not gonna do enough. Let's go ahead and focus shot. Maybe that'll stun it. That's the thing with this guy. There you go, pressured finally. You just gotta be defensive and careful with it. Not focus strike, star shower. And once again, focus shot. There we go. So yeah, without Cloud, those things are a lot more dangerous, but you can deal with them just fine with Barret and Tifa. Alright, so after dealing with the cutter, you go ahead up here and there's these two things and the dog. So go through, swap all of the lightning you had out for fire. Go ahead and give Tifa fire. And you want the dog dead first, so let's go ahead and lock one to the dog. And it's pressured. Now focus shot. It is now staggered. And then just have Tifa overpower and take it out. There we go, nice. And now we can maximum fury these two. The scream they do can be a little on the annoying side. It just stun locks you, and I just hate being stun locked. But it's really not too bad. Like I said, the only dangerous mob is the cutter over there, because without Cloud, those things are just a lot more scary. Cloud just punks them. And this is just a big swarm of bugaboos. I mean, you seriously, I highly doubt anyone has issue with killing these things. They're about as hard to kill as a crate is. They're shooting me because I was talking shit. Like, what do you got to say now, old man? There we go. Alright, and here we are right before the boss fight. Let me go ahead and heal, and then we're going to take on the failed experiment. Okay guys, here we are just before the failed experiment boss fight. Our buddy Wedge is laying over there taking a nap with his cat. So let's go ahead and go into our equipment and take a look at what we're using. So for Barret, I've got Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Champion Belt. For his Materia, he is rocking Ice, Junctioned, 2 Elemental, Steadfast Block, ATB Stagger, Skillmaster, HP Up, Chakra, and Revival. For Tifa, she is going to be going with Sonic Strikers, Force Bracelet, and actually, let me get rid of, and Headband, not Circlet. You want Headband on both of them because in the second phase, the little mini experiments start casting Sleep, and that can be really annoying. So her Materia is Healing, Junctioned, to Magnify, Magic Up, HP Up, Skill Master, First Strike, Ice Materia, Barrier, and Time. Also, I normally don't mention this, but when it comes to summons, make sure you have Shiva on Barret. Shiva is very important in this fight. I mean, especially if you want to end it quickly, because she will end this fight almost immediately upon showing up. She just completely destroys this thing, and she's pretty important to have. So the main strategy here is going to be tanking with Barret and drawing the attention of the big guy. There's during its second phase, when it starts grabbing the little experiments and throwing them at you, and it does the like jump attack thing, it's really hard to dodge those, so I tend to just block them, and you know, it hurts a little bit, but it is what it is. So we're going to use Tifa as a Blizzaga cannon and buff machine. So we should be good to go. This boss isn't too bad, especially with Shiva. I mean, Shiva just completely trivializes this fight. Well, I can't say trivializes. I mean, if you do, the big guy can do some attacks, so that's always a concern. Okay, so if you can get it, Smackdown is actually pretty damn useful in this fight. You see that Smackdown will just completely eradicate a good handful of them. These things don't really do that much damage, and they aren't that aggressive, so it's not a bad idea to just use them to build up your ATB. So now that we have full ATB, I'm going to go ahead with Tifa and just do regen on everybody. This early part of the fight, you really don't need it, but we have the MP, and after this fight, the chapter's over, so you can kind of just blow through all of Tifa's MP and be good to go. Okay, let's get a little bit closer. I want Barret to do another smackdown. I like watching like 5 of them go flying. It's so great. Okay, now switch to Tifa, and there should be, yeah. There's 2 little annoying fuckers. I guess the other one's over there. Okay, they're usually together, but you want to blizzard them because they really like shooting, and it's annoying. Their shooting attacks can suck a dick. Oh, the other one's still alive, I think. Stupid guardrail. Alright, let's switch to Barret, and the only thing dangerous about that attack is it stun locks you. So not so much dangerous as it is annoying. And there's no way to get up there at this point in the fight. You're about to move up there now, but during that phase you can't. But regen pretty much negates that. Anywho. So let's go ahead and switch to Barret. Smackdown. There they go. Let's go ahead and switch to Tifa and run up the steps. So as soon as this cutscene ends, Tifa is going to be staring down like a little mob of them. Just go ahead and toss a blizzard at them to kill them. Big guy shows up like, "Rawr, I'm the big guy." And hopefully, I'm wondering if we should do it. Yeah, let's after this. So of course go in here, Blizzard the front one, and you will kill most of this mob. Or not. Well, that didn't. Usually it works better than that. That's okay. Just cast a second one and you'll... Apparently. Well, that wasn't great. Okay, roll back before it demolishes that thing. Let's go ahead and switch to Barret. Yeah, that usually works out better than that. That was very disappointing. Usually you can get all three of them, or at least like a handful of the ones in the front. So let's go ahead and have her toss a blizzard at the appendage. There we go. So in this phase, things get a little bit spicier. This is where he'll start grabbing the little ones, throwing them at you, and doing all kinds of rude things like jumping in the air and shit. So first off, you want to go over to Barret and have him... oh shit, I didn't put it on him. That's right, I put it on her. We'll have Tifa barrier Barret, because Barret needs to not take damage. And go ahead and switch. Make sure Barret is the one that is being... Now you can use steadfast block on these. In fact, that's probably what you should do. Alright, so I'm stunned, no big deal. Go ahead with Tifa and toss a blizzard. Blizzards are good to set up the stagger. And go ahead and switch back to Barret. Eventually he will... Okay, anytime the auto target screws you up like it just did me, pop into the tactical mode and go ahead and you can get your bearings again. And when you come out, you'll be locked on. There you go. That's a little tip there anytime something like that happens. Now go ahead and switch to Tifa. Again, same thing. Go ahead and lock on to its heart. And you're going to want to start spamming Focus Strike on the heart. As you can see, it builds the bar up very quickly and it gives you back ATB. So again, Focus Strike on the heart. Okay, that was weird. I got screwed up a little bit there, but that's okay. And go ahead and Focus Strike. You can just do it over and over again, but I'm stuck in that position where the box is like behind me, so it's being janky. And of course his little minions were helping him out there. So now that he is staggered, you're going to want to empty out on him with Blizzaga from everyone. So I'm talking Barret and Tifa. Just have them both throw a Blizzaga at him. And have her do it again. There is no cap out on his bar. Like, there's no period where you do so much damage and then the bar just X's out and is like, nah, no more. They don't believe in that, so... Look at that. Look at all that damage. That is some good stuff right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get regen going again and get back to Barret. Now, overcharge right into the appendage. Pressured. Let's go ahead. I hate when it falls right there. That's okay. Let's Focus Strike on the heart. Yeah, sometimes it lands in like a weird spot like that, and then you're kind of... Actually, screw this. Probably can just get away with dumping a Blizzaga on it. And go ahead and have Barret summon Shiva. Again, don't worry about... I know you're going to be out of MP, but this isn't a huge deal. And then use Barret to... let's give him... Let's let him build up just a little bit more. And now that he has two, go ahead and have Heavenly Sickle and get Tifa to stagger it all the way. And we're just going to let Shiva finish this off. And there we go. That's the failed experiment. Not too bad, but some of those throw attacks that it does can hurt. And here comes Cloud with the execution. Kill stealing Cloud. But yeah, it's not too bad. Just try and keep Barret buffed up. Keep regen on your party. Make sure to block when it starts throwing things at you. Don't try to dodge if you're Barret. Barret just isn't about dodging. He's about just eating the punch. And yeah, empty out Blizzaga on it. Summon Shiva. You'll be golden. If you don't manage to kill it before Shiva's finisher, trust me, Shiva's finisher will probably do the job. It does 9,999 damage to it. So, and that's the failed experiment. So I think that's the end of the chapter. If anything relevant fight-wise comes up after this, I will go ahead and record it just to let you guys know. But yeah, I think we will see you all on chapter 14. All right, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's up, guys? Here we are in chapter 14 at the very beginning. Well, not very beginning. We skipped past the part where you're in Aerith's house and all of that stuff, but we're at the part where you can essentially start doing side quests if you want to. So as per usual, I'm going to go through and start doing all of the side quests. If you don't need any of these side quests done, go ahead and skip ahead in the video to where the next relevant thing, story event is. It'll be marked very clearly in the timestamps. If you are doing the side quests, then feel free to stick around and watch it. Okay, so the first one I grab is the one from the teacher with the kids. Kids are missing because they're kids and they like to do things to make themselves go missing, as per kids usually do. Out here we'll get the quest for the Chocobos, but I'm going right to the... Excuse me, I'm going right to where the kids are. What's up, guys? Here we are right in front of the cemetery, about to rescue the missing kids. They are held hostage by 2 phantoms, so we want to be set up to kill phantoms, which means we need fire. So for Cloud, he's got Mithril Saber, Chain Bangle, and Circlet. For Materia, he's got Fire Junctioned to Magnify, HP up, Magic up, First Strike, Steadfast Block, ATB Assist, and Prayer. Yep, just nuking things with fire magic. That's a pretty straightforward setup. Barret, he's got Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Champion Belt. He's got Fire Junctioned to Elemental, Steadfast Block, ATB Stagger, Skillmaster, HP up, Chakra, and Revival. Always keep Revival handy just in case something dumb happens. The Frozen Claw attack that they do hits really hard, and the partner, it's slow, so the player can dodge it pretty easily, but the partner AI does not seem to do so well at dodging it, so you might have to resurrect somebody. So always keep Barret, since he's the toughest one, with Revival. For Tifa, we're working with, should have been Purple Pain, yeah. So for Tifa, we've got Purple Pain, Force Bracelet, and this should have also been a Champion Belt. I didn't even look at her gear, I guess. Purple Pain, Force Bracelet, and Champion Belt. For Materia, she's got Fire Junctioned to Elemental, Luck up, HP up, Skill Master, First Strike, Refocus, Barrier, and Time. Punch things in the face with bonus crit, Fire, Fists, and yeah, that's about it. We want fire, and we want to kill these phantoms as soon as possible. Bear in mind this is a longer level, especially if you're going to do all of the side quests. So you don't want to just burn through Cloud's MP. as soon as the fight starts. Alternatively, if you're concerned about it, you can junction an MP absorb to fire and save some mana that way. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's get rid of... Try and do this fast so I don't have to edit it out later. I would like to fire Aga them. Okay, so for Cloud we changed, we dropped Prayer and another one. I don't even remember what it is, and I just got rid of it. That's incredibly sad. Fire and MP absorption Materia are now on his setup. So that'll save us a little bit of MP there when casting high-level fire spells, which is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to hit these things with a Fire Aga, like as soon as they pop up. Basically, just jump on top of them and slaughter them as quickly as you possibly can. Because the longer they stick around, the more likely your partner AI decides to dive face first into a Frozen Claw attack, which could be bad for them. Now, I do think it's an ice attack, so if you do elemental junctioned to ice on your armor, that will probably be good. But yeah, I don't do all that. So for Cloud, just go right into the menu and Fire Aga them. Let's switch over to Tifa. Get some nice Omnistrike action going. Now watch out, when they disappear, you want to really watch out for them reappearing with Frozen Claw. Let's go ahead. Got some Rise and Fall going there. Okay, that's fine. Now when they do reflect, it's going to become harder to hurt them with magic. Try and focus on one, unlike me. There's Frozen Claw. Get out the way of that. That hurts. That attack right there can do a devastating amount of damage if you're not careful. So let's Maximum Fury the staggered one and hopefully take it out. I'm also going to have Tifa do Overpower on it because this thing has to go. Cloud can get in on the action too with a Blade Burst. I got hit with Frozen Claw there. All that time smack talking the partner AI, and I'm actually the first one that gets hit by it. There's some irony for you. And Overcharge. Cool. Yeah, once they cast Reflect, you kind of want to stick with Barret, because he is the one designed to resurrect people if they happen to fall. For Tifa, she's getting a little beat up here, but I don't have Chakra, sadly. I don't have Chakra on Cloud either. I just said fuck Chakra, I don't need it. To be fair, for these types of fights, you usually don't need to bring any healing stuff. Okay, so now it is staggered. Let's go ahead and hit it with Infinity's End with Cloud and Star Shower. Actually, let's do True Strike first to get that stagger percentage up. And let's have her do it again. There it goes. Cool. That takes care of them. So as you can see, it's not too bad. Just hit them with a Fire Aga as soon as it starts, and then avoid Frozen Claw while using fire-infused weaponry to take them down. Alternatively, there also can potentially be insta-deathed using Arise and cure spells and stuff like that. But again, I don't like burning through too much MP because this is still very early in the chapter, and we've got 2 boss fights that are going to be happening. So MP, it's kind of important to save MP. You don't want to just blindly burn through it all, especially on these 2 guys because they ain't that bad. Hey guys, here we are about to rescue the first Chocobo, the one that's in the scrapyard. When you do this, you're going to encounter an enemy called a Rust Drake. And this thing is pretty nasty. It casts gravity. It has it basically likes to do this thing where it has this orb that pulls you all into the center of it, and then it flies over you with this fire spell and torches the shit out of you. It's a pretty diesel bro. Definitely the hardest Drake in the game, I would say. So you do want to be careful with this thing because it can kill you. So for Cloud, our setup is as follows. We have Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, and Circlet. For our Materia, we have Healing, Junctioned to Magnify, because, like I said, this thing is, it's like a mini boss almost. You kind of want to take it seriously. HP up, Magic up, Prayer, First Strike, ATB Assist, MP Absorption, and Ice. Yes, because this is weak against Ice, but what it does is it actually will cast... It'll cast a thing on itself to where it becomes like covered in darkness and spells don't hurt it anymore. So you want to try and hit it with a spell as soon as the fight starts because you probably won't have many chances to hit it with magic. However, if you can stagger it, which is going to be Barret's job, if you can do enough damage to it while it's dark and fused, which is going to be Barret's job, you can stagger it. So as far as Materia in gear for Barret, he's got Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Champion Belt. Ice, Junction to 2 Elemental, Steadfast Block, ATB Stagger, Skill Master, HP Up, Chakra, and Revival. That Revival's handy. Just keep it with you because there's a good chance someone can get knocked out for this. Tifa is going to have Purple Pain, Force Bracelet, and Champion Belt. For her Materia, she's got Ice, Junctioned, 2 Elemental, Luck up, HP up, Skill Master, First Strike, Refocus, Barrier, and Time. Now, you could probably switch her from a Force Bracelet to a Cog Bangle if you were more worried about the defense. Let's go ahead and do that. That's fine. Missing out on one piece of MP, one piece of Materia isn't going to be the end of the world. So yeah, Purple Pain, Cog Bangle, and Champion Belt. And like I said, you want to try and hit this thing with magic as soon as it pops up because you won't get very many chances to. And then after we throw our initial spell at it, we're going to switch to Barret and be controlling Barret for the majority of the fight. So let's go ahead and get this started. Like I said, this thing is pretty freaking strong. It's definitely one of the stronger normal enemies in the game. Okay, so as soon as this starts, we're going to go ahead and go with a Blizzara. Yep, see, here it comes already. And then have Overcharge with Barret. And you want to just keep building up those bars and focus shotting it. Focus shot will eventually stagger it, and then once it's staggered, it's pretty much dead. The name of the game is just getting it to stagger. Okay, now here comes gravity. It is going to cast this little orb towards Barret. Go ahead and focus shot again. As opposed to the bosses where we want to wait. See that? See that shit? That attack is no fucking joke. So go right for Cloud now when that happens and Kiraga all. That is why we put the healing magic on Cloud, because you cannot sleep on this thing. Like I said, it's like a mini Behemoth almost with that attack. It's fucking gnarly. This thing hits. And we'll go ahead and keep going. Now again, we're gonna go back to Cloud and let's get some regen going. Cloud's whole thing with this is to just try and keep everyone sane and happy. We'll go ahead and do a focus shot. Just do focus shot after one. Yeah, see, that's what it likes to do. It hits you with the black hole to take you down to 1 HP, and then after you go down to 1 HP, it will fly over you and shoot you with fire breath. There we go. Now it is staggered. So let's go ahead and switch to Tifa real quick because you want this thing gone. So let's True Strike. There's that. Let us go ahead and True Strike with Tifa again. Barret is going to Blizzaga it. This is one of those ones where it's okay to use all of your... There it goes. Yeah, that thing is... Don't fuck around with that thing. It is not pleasant to fight. We're going to head back to the bench and heal too. Don't waste any more of your MP than you need to. Hope you appreciate that, Chocobo. Everyone says Chocobos are cute, but those fucking claws, man. Those are like raptor claws on fucking steroids. Like, I can't even imagine. Like, how many Chocobo handlers do you think Chocobos accidentally kill? Like, they just get scared and, like, try to run from them and end up gutting them with their massive fucking talons. I don't know. They seem nice, but it's really hard to trust a bird that fucking big. Not even that big, because Big Bird's awesome, but, like, a bird with claws that big. Anyway, let's go ahead and rest, and then I'm going to... It's not the exact next thing I'm going for, but I will be... the next thing you're probably going to see is the next Chocobo, because I'm going to try and put all the side quest stuff in order with each other. So let's go ahead and head to the next Chocobo. Hey guys, here we are about to rescue the second Chocobo. This one actually doesn't require any combat to rescue. This is the one by the church. You just go up and rescue it. So I just wanted to point it out to you in case you know, you were following, you happened to click on this guide to find this. But yeah, so no combat required for that one. Just go ahead and rescue it, and then we've got one more left. Hey guys, here we are rescuing the final Chocobo, and the enemies we run into here are they're pretty annoying. There's a theme with annoying enemies in this level, at least for some of the side quests. So for Cloud, we've got Hard Edge, Chain Bangle, and Supernatural Risk Guards. The Materia setup is ATB Assist, Prayer, First Strike, ATB Boost, HP up, Wind junctioned to Elemental. This is important because the things we're fighting have a very strong wind magic, and they will do a lot of damage to you if you are susceptible to it. With that setup, though, they'll be healing us, so that's good. For Barret, we have Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, Champion Belt, Refocus, Chakra, Steadfast Block, ATB Stagger, Skillmaster, HP up, Elemental junctioned to Wind. Once again, poor Tifa. That is a low-level wind lower level. Yeah. Once again, poor Tifa is the one left out in the cold here. As sad as it is, we just don't have the elementals to cover everyone. But we do have Revive one. We don't have Revive. That could get nasty. Let's go ahead and swap Refocus for Revive. Because, yeah, these things can knock your party members out. They are more than capable, especially if said party members don't have an immunity to wind magic. Where did it go? I am so blind. Okay. And lastly, we have Tifa with Purple Pain, Cog Bangle, and Champion Belt. She's rocking Ice Magic, which isn't too much use here, but it is what it is. Steadfast Block, Luck Up, HP up, Skill Master, Chakra, Barrier, and Time. So her job's going to be basically just to punch things. I might put a barrier on her to keep her alive. I mean, her job's always to punch things. That's a terrible explanation, but she's going to be a steady damage dealer. Now, the thing you got to worry about with these guys is they have this move where they start dancing, and if you hit them when they're dancing, they will summon clones of themselves, which can get really, really annoying really fast. Let's go ahead and break these crates. The partner AI is pretty good about not hitting them when they're dancing. One of the few times the partner AI's complete inability to ever attack is actually a good thing. But you want to be careful and not accidentally hit one when it's dancing. These things take their defense is so good. I mean, they take almost no damage. Their stagger bar takes a while to fill up, and when you do finally fill it up, they seem to just kind of they're staggered for like 2 seconds and then it's over. It's probably the shortest stagger length in the entire game. You're probably going to be able to cast a limit break at some point during this, so just make sure we have Dolphin. We just don't put refocus on anybody. So give Barret Catastrophe, give Cloud Ascension, and give Tifa Dolphin Fury. All of that good stuff. You might actually end up having to kill them with a limit break, because yeah, this fight can get drawn out a bit, because these things are just so fucking tough. They are like, ugh. And here they are. It's another like Polis thing. So again, let's find the first one that isn't dancing. You want to try and focus on one if you can. Yeah, as you can see, the stagger bar, yeah, I misspoke. You can actually fill their stagger bar up relatively easily, but see how quick that fucking goes. It's literally you blink and it's gone. So it kind of sucks, but again, it is what it is. And they take absolutely no damage, but you just got to stay on them and hope that you can prevail. Which you should. Offensive-wise, their main thing is casting arrow. Yeah, see, there's one doing Arrow Aga. Hopefully it attacks Barret or Cloud and not Tifa. Oh, did I hit one dancing? I did. God damn it, focus thrust. And they have that attack too. You gotta watch out for that. So if they summon any clones, they'll be this, the Proto Trypapolis. You want to just get rid of it. See how Wind is healing me there like a bro. Yeah, so I guess be careful when you focus thrust that there isn't one behind it. With the Wind magic healing you, this isn't too bad of a fight, but you do want to... It's a grindy fight because, like I said, these things just do not take damage like that. And that screech is annoying. Oh, no. Shit. Did I hit it? Okay, it didn't seem to register. Good. The dance kind of forces you to split your attention away from them, but try and focus on one if you can. Just go ahead and eat that wind damage. It's just going to heal you. And Maximum Fury here is better because staggering them really doesn't matter. No, Cloud, no! What are you doing? And yep, here it comes with another arrow spell, and just eat that shit. Eat it for breakfast. Oh, whoops. Hey, you want to watch out for that screech, because it can stun you. And again, Maximum Fury. If they are dancing, do not hit them, even if it's the one you're trying to take out. This fight is just, again, a test of patience. Let's go ahead and have Tifa Chakra so she can heal up a little bit. That's really all there is to it. There's no nice way about it. It's just a test of patience. Let's see if we can focus thrust. Let's focus thrust this one, because once you kill one, it's like a domino effect, though, because you have to kind of spread your damage out while you're fighting them due to the nature of with their whole dance move and all that. So once one's gone, you start getting to the other ones, and they're all kind of low on health at the same time because you've been forced to spread it so thin. Look at how how little amount of time they stay staggered. Even when you're in the command menu, it's like visibly going down. That's insane. Like, you pretty much, like, I don't even think you see the first half of their bar. Like, you stagger them and then they're automatically like almost back to not being staggered. If again, if anybody in the comments knows a faster way to deal with these guys, I am all ears. Like, please tell me, and I will post it in the errors and edits section of the video. Because yeah, the best way I've figured out is just get elemental and wind on your armor and just man up and deal with them. There's just nothing else. Somebody hit one while it was dancing, which is fine. I mean, it's not fine. You really want to avoid that, but sometimes you can't help it. Did we kill one? Is B dead? I think B is actually dead. Yes, good. Okay, go ahead and switch to Tifa. Oh no, Aroaga. Make sure Barret or Cloud is the one getting hit with the Aroaga, or interrupt it. That works too. But you don't, since Tifa doesn't have the absorb power, the elemental absorb. Cloud. I talked all of that. I actually gave the partner AI credit and said, yeah, they aren't going to attack. It helps out here, and they usually don't, but as has been the case a few times in this guide, this game knows when I say something and loves making me look dumb. That's okay, game. That's okay. Focus. No, maximum fury. Again, focus shot isn't super useful because all it does is stagger them, and staggering it doesn't last long enough to actually matter. So that might seem nihilistic, I guess, but it really doesn't. This is one of the few fights where staggering just isn't a big deal. You kind of just gotta put up with them, and see, before I even looked, it was gone. You can pressure them very easy though, so I mean, I guess it works out that it's impossible to hit them while they're staggered pretty much, because they do stagger fairly easily. So let's switch to Cloud and use this Aroaga to heal up. There we are. It is nice though, being able to use elemental to kind of work around them, because I'll tell you, when you don't have that, I tried fighting them without the Aroaga equipped, and why are you guys hitting the one that is dancing? My god, you are the worst teammates ever. But yeah, I tried fighting them when without using Arrow Junction 2 Elemental for your armor to absorb it, and man, Aroaga just hits so fucking hard, and it hurts real bad. Cool, so we have a limit. We're gonna go ahead and save that because Catastrophe will do a fair bit of damage. We just don't want to hit it while it's dancing, because then we'll have another one we have to deal with. So wait for the dance to end there. Is the dance over? It is. And let's go ahead and have Barret Catastrophe. Hopefully this will take out the one that's health is a little bit low. Yeah, there it goes. Cool. So there goes the... now all we have is one, I believe. Oh, whoops, wrong thing. No, shit. Okay, that was on me. Go ahead and deal with the one it summons quickly. But yeah, trying to fight these things without Arrow Junction to your armor, Arrow and Elemental Junction to your armor, is a nightmare, because their Aroaga is very strong. They have very strong magic. And that's about it. They have the bind attack. God, now I'm doing it. I spent all that time. I've become the very thing I swore to destroy. I spent all that time criticizing the partner AI, and now I'm doing it. It's okay though. I mean, these things aren't super hard to take out. It's just more, and with this fight already being kind of a grind, you want to avoid that. But there they are. They're all dead now, and we can go ahead and rescue the Chocobo. So as you can see, not too bad. Again, just Junction Elemental to Wind and put it on your armor for Barret and Cloud, and you'll be fine because you'll be getting healed pretty regularly from their Wind magic. Hey guys, here we are just outside of the Behemoth boss fight room. This boss isn't too bad. You basically just want to try and cripple its body parts. You can either cripple its upper body or its lower body, and it will change its attack patterns. You don't really want to cast too much magic on it except for one spell. And other than that, it's really just a matter of just beating the crap out of it. Like, there's nothing fancy here, really. So as far as Materia and equipment setup, Cloud is back to his healing tank. It's not really tank. Barret's definitely the tank, but his healing his healing form. So Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, Healing Carcanet. For Materia, we have Healing Junction to Magnify, First Strike, ATB Assist, HP Up, Steadfast Block, Prayer, Refocus, Time, and Poison. It's our boy Poison back again, going to be the MVP of this fight. I mean, when is Poison not the MVP? If the enemy isn't immune to poison, there's a good chance poison is going to be what kills it. So that is the one spell I was talking about that you want to cast on it. Whenever you hit it with magic, it counters with like an explosion, as behemoths tend to do in Final Fantasy games. So you want to kind of take heed to not rely on magic here. You really just want to pulverize it. And of course we have time to haste ourselves. For Barret, we have Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Champion Belt. He's got Barrier, Time, Steadfast Block, ATB Stagger, Skillmaster, HP Up, Chakra, and Revival. For Tifa, we have Purple Pain, Cog Bangle, and Champion Belt. She is going with Healing. She's going to be our emergency healer, essentially, if something happens to Cloud. Steadfast Block, Luck Up, HP Up, Skillmaster, Chakra, Barrier, and Time. So everyone's got Time because everyone wants to get some nice haste going as quick as possible. So let's go ahead. Am I okay with this? Do I want... Yeah, we'll keep the heal. There's a part of me that wants to swap it out for First Strike, and maybe that's a more efficient option, but I want to be safe here. As you can see, we're already a little beat up from running through and fighting the enemies on the way, and unfortunately there's no bench, so it means you're going to kind of want to get regen up as soon as possible. So pretty much here's the Behemoth. Hey buddy, I'd keep it as a pet. So let's go ahead and get regen going as quick as possible. Let's go ahead and switch to Barret and get him to draw the Behemoth away. I find going for the lower body to be the more effective means to start. Oh my god, the camera is garbage here. I'm just getting extreme close up of the Behemoth's ass. So again, it does a fair bit of damage, and you just kind of want to focus on the one area of it. And let's go ahead, now that it's attacking Barret, let's go ahead to Cloud and get Bio Aga going. And then immediately switch to Cloud, because after you hit this with it, it's going to cast something at you. There we are, Counter Flare, boom, make sure you get away from that. And now it's really just a matter of switching to whoever isn't the focus of the Behemoth at the time. So in this case we have Barret, and let's switch to Cloud now. Not too bad, like I said. You just wanna, let's go ahead and I'm not close enough for a focus thrust. Now I am. Focus thrust and focus thrust. Let's have Tifa go up and try and Star Shower. Maybe I have enough. You can completely destroy this thing pretty much after it gets staggered once, but you do want to be careful because it can do a good bit of damage. Let's go ahead and cure everyone and get back to Barret, who has probably got overcharged by now. He does. And just a steady stream of bullets. Now switch. You really just want to keep playing ping pong. This is like a baby version of the strategy you have to use against Behemoth. Against Bahamut, because Behemoth is not a Bahamut, obviously. Bahamut is a very, very scary fight. Just absolutely amazing damage potential. But this fight he's not a joke or anything, you know. He's not, I wouldn't consider it a cakewalk. You just gotta be careful, though. As long as you're careful, you should be fine. Just keep getting its attention. Okay, Cloud is trapped. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Tifa to Star Shower it. There's that. Nice. Go ahead and have Barret overcharge. Switch again. Anytime you see it start running towards one of your teammates, just switch to someone else. There we go. Crippled its lower body. So now let's have Barret focus shot. Let's actually get to Tifa real quick and have her Star Shower the upper body. And let's go ahead and also have Barret focus shot the upper body. And we're saving Cloud's 2 bars for Infinity's End, but I think he can get away with recasting regen on everyone. And it looks like we are taking some damage, so we might want to do that. Yeah, it does that thing whenever it gets hurt. But it's okay. Just, again, focus shot. Tifa isn't doing well, so let her go ahead and chakra. And just get enough for our second bar and have Barret focus shot the upper body. There we are. Now it is staggered. So quickly go to Tifa and true strike it. Actually, let me see if I can break the horn. Okay, so now have Tifa true strike. We're gonna have Barret. Let's have Tifa true strike again. And then Cloud. I waited too long because I'm dumb. We wanted Cloud to Infinity's End there, but I suck and waited too long. So let's go ahead. Whoops. No, I definitely can't do anything with him. Pro gamer right here, ladies and gentlemen. Pro gamer. Let's hurry up and run away. Get everyone healed up with a nice Cura. Cura. Let's do Cure. We're not really that beat up. And just go ahead. Okay, so now Tifa. It has Barret, so we're going to go to Tifa and Star Shower the lower body. You might not even, we might not be able to break the horn, but that's okay. I just enjoy breaking the horn because it, I don't know, it satisfies me. But it's not really the end of the world if you don't. Go ahead and focus shot the lower body. Like I said, just keep doing this tactic of ping-ponging him back and forth. I can't tell if poison's still going on it or not. It is, okay. I went blind there for a second. And look, a poison once again is just so good. If it's an enemy that is susceptible to poison, you probably want to use poison on it. Just that's the truth of the matter. You can parry the tail there, as you saw. So if it's going to tail whip, you can sometimes get a nice Punisher counter there. And the downside to that strategy though is it's kind of janky with how it moves. It doesn't really telegraph what it's going to do that well. And the tail whip is pretty much the only move of its you can do that with. And if you miss, as you saw there, it does an absolute insane amount of damage. Especially when it's rampaged. I hate the camera in this sometimes. Alright, so as you can see, we're in a bit of a bad situation. Cloud is hurt. So unfortunately, we are going to have to drop a Curaga. I was hoping to avoid this, but that camera, man. I know that's the tactic of a true gamer. You blame the game, the controls, the camera. Something dumb happened. Obviously, I didn't just make a mistake and play wrong. Come on now, that's impossible. So yeah, when it's rampaging like that, it can kind of suck. But Tifa apparently has her limit break though, which is nice. So try and keep it. There we go. And we crippled its lower body. So let's go ahead and get to its upper body. Overpower. Star Shower. And Cloud also has his limit break, so let's go ahead. This should be the thing to take it out. And here it goes doing its special, which very likely could knock somebody out. So we're going to go ahead and have Tifa, Chakra. We're going to have Barret, Chakra. And then we're going to have Barret, Steel Skin. Yeah, it does this. It like drops rocks on you as like a sore loser move, and they can actually knock your people out, which it really is just par for the course at this point because it's already beaten. But it's just a one last fuck you from the Behemoth for killing it, and I can respect that. I mean, let's be real here. So that is the Behemoth boss fight, and go ahead and run around. I don't think there's any crates in here. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any. So let's go ahead and hit L1 and head back to the surface. Hey guys, here we are in the church. This is the first part of the quest, Tomboy Bandit. You'll, well, technically the first part, you want to go to the station. And, I can't find it on here. But go to, like, the Chocobo the Chocobo transportation service and head to the subway, the like train station thing, and find Johnny, and he'll tell you about how Kyrie here stole something from him. So we're gonna go talk to her, and she'll agree to give it back as long as we take care of a problem she has. I freaking hate her voice, man. I think I'm sure they were trying to go for an annoying voice for her, and it is perfect. Like, they did an awesome job on that because I cannot stand her voice. There's apparently one of the expanded universe stories that she was from. I didn't watch it, but I know she's from something. If anyone knows, feel free to let me know in the comments because I'm curious. So you're going to come out here and we're going to go ahead and go to Wall Market for the Coliseum. So here we are in front of the Coliseum about to do Kyrie's special match for her. Let's go ahead and take a look at gear we got. We turned Cloud back into a beat stick. We gave him hard edge, chain bangle, and supernatural wrist guards. Materia wise, he's got prayer for some healing, ATB assist, first strike, ATB boost, HP up, and the important thing is having fire junctioned to elemental in your armor. I also did that for Barret, as you can see. Poor Tifa is going to be kind of left on her. I don't know, we got a random slot. Let's do steadfast block. That's fine. That's the real important thing here because one of the enemies does a lot of fire damage, and you want to try and negate that because it's like a two-headed dog thing, and one head does fire damage, the other does like dark or something, and the dark one's gonna hurt you no matter what you do. So you want to try and balance it out by having the fire one heal you, unless I'm completely wrong. if I am completely wrong, then you won't be seeing this take because I'm going to go back and redo my materia. But I'm pretty sure I'm right. I think this was the... I remember this. Yeah, here it is. So it's going to be a Beastmaster in this dog thing, and the head on the left does fire damage, and the head on the right does dark damage. So yeah, you want to try. So first off, let's just quickly kill the Beastmaster. I mean, he is nothing. Yeah. It will die. He'll die very quickly. Just get him out of the picture. There we are. Okay. So now, yeah, look at that damage. This thing does not fuck around. Hellhounds are very scary. Let's go ahead and switch to Tifa. Switch to Barret. Get an overcharge going. Yeah, just keep switching and dividing its attention if you can, because, like I said, this thing is a house. See how it's like half healing Cloud and half hurting him? If we didn't have elemental fire on Cloud, it would just be hurting him, which would be not good for us. Get that Omnistrike in there. Cloud. Have Barret focus shot. This is another example, though, of pretty much as soon as we can get him stunned or staggered, it's dead. So again, let's have Cloud. He's got to get a little bit more before he can pray. Let's go ahead and have him pray now. Have Tifa Chakra. Just play this defensively. Star Shower while it's distracted, like so. And let's see if we should be able to stagger it with a focus shot here. Oh, so close. Yeah, make sure you're running towards that left head because that is the one that will heal you. Okay, so now that it is staggered, we're going to go ahead and have Tifa True Strike. Switch to Cloud. No, I said Cloud. Go into Punisher and rip on this thing. And now quickly have Barret Maximum Fury and then have Cloud. We're not going to be able to get an Infinity's End in, so Blade Burst is always a good alternative. If you've been watching this, you know how I feel about Blade Burst. And go ahead. Stay towards the left side if you can help it, because it will heal you, as you're seeing. Let's go back to Barret and overcharge. The important thing is to just keep switching up and not let your health get too low. When it does that, you can switch to whoever it's not targeting and get some good hits in. And then Tifa's going to go ahead and Star Shower. And this should kill it. Yep, there it goes. So that's a pretty dangerous enemy, but it's not impossible to deal with or anything. Just make sure you get that elemental junction to fire on your armor, and then you're taking away half the problem, essentially. So let's go ahead and get back to Kairi. So here we are back at Kairi. We're going to go ahead and turn the quest into her. And her grandmom's going to show up and yell at her, which is pretty funny. And yep, so that's the end of this one. That is Tomboy Bandit. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next one. Hey guys, here we are over by Madam M, and she has what is actually going to be the last side quest we're doing. So I looked into it, and again, this has been a pretty combat-centric guide. Like all of the fetch quest stuff I haven't really touched on like that. I did do the Chocobo searches, but that's because for 2 out of 3 of them you have to fight something. And it looks like the last one in this chapter that isn't a fetch quest, because again, I don't count Corneo's secret stash. That's a fetch quest to me. You just have to go to different parts of the map and look for the Corneo symbol, and you can get his stashes. But Madam M has one called Malicious Goons. It's where you fight the Tonberry. So we're going to go ahead and do that one. And then afterwards, we're going to go ahead and finish up with the chapter. Well, move on with the story. It's not quite so simple as just snap your fingers and the chapter's done. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and fight a Tonberry. And let's go ahead and talk to her, get the quest. We got to head back over by Aerith's house. And I will see you guys there. I'm going to jump forward with the power of movie magic. Okay guys, here we are back over by Aerith's house. This is the same area where you fight Rude in Chapter 8. Yeah, Chapter 8. As you can see, there's 3 goons there, but they're not the ones we're going to worry about. You see that little inconspicuous fucker in the back? Yeah, we see you, Mr. Tonberry. This is, you know, it's fighting a Tonberry, so it can one-shot you. But we're going to take some precautions for that. For Cloud, I'm still doing the healing setup, so Twin Stinger, Chain Bangle, Healing Carcanet, Healing, Junction to Magnify, First Strike, ATB, ATB Assist, Heal up, HP up, Jesus, I can't talk, sorry. Steadfast Block, Revival, Time, Warding, and Subversion. This is an important one because it reduces your instant death chance. As you can see though, unfortunately mine isn't actually maxed. Do I have a max one? Nope, neither of mine are maxed. So I still have a 50% chance that I will get hit with the instant death, which is why I've chosen to put Revival on both Cloud and Barret, as you will see. With Barret, he should have... Oh, whoops. Well, that's not smart, Doobie. Let's go ahead. Stagger isn't a huge... Steadfast Block's worthless this fight, actually. What am I talking about? So we're going to go ahead and move that. Get rid of Chakra because there's not really a huge need for it here. It's the Tonberry doesn't... It literally doesn't do almost any damage to you if it doesn't one-shot you. Like, the Tonberry either kills you in one hit or it just doesn't do anything. And then you're going to go ahead and put Warding and Subversion on Barret as well. And again, there is a, because, for at least for this fight, for me, because I don't have these maxed, there is actually a chance it will still one-shot me. So if you don't have, if you're worried about this, you can always go ahead and level them up, level up the warding materia. There's just not that much in the game that you really need it for, at least the way I played through it. I mean, there might be some secret tactic for other enemies where it's warding is really good, and I just don't know about it, but yeah. So, Barrier, Time, Revival, ATB Stagger, Skill Master, HP up, Subversion linked to Warding. Poor Tifa, once again, is the one getting left out in the cold. I'm sorry, Tifa. I love you, but it's just the tactically sound thing to do. So she's got Purple Pain, Cogbangle, and Champion Belt. And Healing, Steadfast Block, Luck up, HP up, Skill Master, Chakra, Barrier, and Time. Now, we're going to try and use her to heal because Cloud is getting a little low. The 67 is not great, and I was messing around with my MP ups, and I think I can only get him back to around 100. Now, you will find crates in the sewer to break when we go back there, so it isn't the end of the world. You will get a little bit of recharge going on, but I just don't want to burn up too much MP. It's really important for the Abzu fight that you have someone to blast it with Fire Aga, and you can beat the Tonberry by just kind of brute strengthening it. And of course you want to cast slow on it. That's a great tactic, but we'll go over all that here in a second. So let's go ahead and run in. Hopefully I don't get prison shanked by the Tonberry here. I love how confident they are too. Like, they're like, nah, step aside, let the big dog take care of him. I mean, if you were walking around with a Tonberry, you'd probably feel pretty confident too. Those things are fucking nasty. Oh, Tonberry. I love Tonberries, I'm not gonna lie. Some people might not like them because they just do so much fucking damage to you, but it's hard to not like them for me. So we're going to go ahead and cast slow on it as soon as it starts. Get over to Barret and overcharge. It has a tendency, see that attack you want to watch out for. It's annoying, but it does have a tendency to go after the one that the player is controlling. So take advantage of that if you can. It's pressured. Go ahead and while that is going on. There we go. See, we lucked out with the chef's knife. But you don't wanna dare it too much because it will eventually. Again, I don't have my warding maxed, so it eventually is going to take me out. Let's go ahead and focus strike with it pressured. Again, you can get away with spamming commands from other party members because it does not tend to attack a non-player controlled character. Yep, see it's going after Barret again, and that's fine. Switch to Cloud, Punisher. Actually scourged someone that wasn't the player. And there we go, it is staggered. So go ahead and have Barret unload Maximum Fury. Go ahead and have Tifa unload True Strike to get that sexy damage modifier up. And then for Cloud, we're going to go ahead and do Infinity's End. Please get it in time. Yes, there goes the Tonberry. So long, buddy. And these guys just cower at your awesomeness, which is always great. Okay, and as I discussed in the first part of this, the walkthrough for this particular side quest, I'm actually done all of the non-fetch quests. These are all, it's find the stuff for the doctor, get the music for the kid, find the secret stashes, and what is the last one? I can't remember off the top of my head what the last one is, but I know it's a fetch quest. It doesn't involve any fighting. So I'm going to go ahead and skip forward. We're going to head back to Wall Market and go see our old friend Don Corneo. Hey guys, so actually I'm a really big idiot and was wrong. I was looking into it, and the Corneo stash side quest does have fighting involved in it. You fight the Sahagin Prince at the end of it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get the first two. They're really easy to find. You don't even have to fight anything to get to them. But for the third one, you have to advance through the story. So I'm going to timestamp it all so it's marked off and nice for you. But yeah, just wanted you to know in case anyone heard what I had said in the last section about ignoring it and was concerned. I am not ignoring it. So let's go ahead, go to the collapsed expressway entrance and go down here. This one's really easy to find. Break all the boxes on the way. They almost never give us MP, but they do every one out of every like 10 or 15 will give you MP, so it's worth it. And I believe for this you don't have to actually go in and open any chests. I think you just have to open the door. Okay, you do have to. So, oh, nice. Okay, so I'm it was a good thing I did that. Actually helped Cloud out a lot there, and we're gonna need him to have some sweet MP. Another diamond tiara. Yeah, you do get some good items from this, but it's items I already have like doubles of. So I mean, unless I want to wear like 3 circlets, you know what I mean. So that's the first one. The second one is also very easy to find. Go ahead and run back. Alright, go here to the Chocobo transportation service And I think either one of these, I think that's the Undercity is the closest one though. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Undercity. I'll go ahead and just skip this. And like I said, the third one you have to actually continue with the main story to get. It's down in the sewers where you go to pursue Don Corneo, which was going to be my next destination until I looked further into it and remembered that you do indeed have to fight something. It's over here, right? Yeah, it's right there. Yeah, actually, I had went all the way to. I went down in the sewer and started working on that section, and then I remembered. I'm like, wait a minute, do I have? I was thinking about it and I wasn't sure, and I looked it up online, and yeah, I completely forgot about the Sahagin prince. So let's just go ahead. These hedgehog pies ain't nothing. Especially with having Barret and Tifa. I mean, they weren't, when it was just 2 party members, they weren't shit, but now it's like they don't even have any business trying. Whoops. Okay, thanks, Barret. Cloud's just started swinging. He wasn't even looking where he was swinging. Happens to the best of us, Cloud. Go ahead and nope. I'm close to maxed after that. Actually, I'm just gonna run past these things. No point in fighting them. They're pretty easy to flee from. There we are. So go ahead, you open this one. I'm more worried about the sweet MP from these boxes, the potential MP. And this is, of course, where you get the circlet, if anyone was wondering. Although, again, I'm pretty sure a lot of you did that on your first playthrough of it. So I'm going to go ahead and open all these up. But, yeah, this is 2 out of the 3 done. There's another circlet. We have 3 now. Yay. Yeah, but this is 2 out of the 3 stash spots discovered, and the third one is down in the sewer, like I said. So now we can actually progress forward with the story. And I'm going to do the last fight during that sewer segment. Like I said, I'll make sure to mark it off in the timestamps. But, yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and move forward with the power of movie magic and on to the sewers. What's up, guys? Here we are back to the story, the main story, down in the sewer. We just came from Don Corneo's playroom with Leslie, and I just want to go over what I'm using for everybody. I switched up the builds a little bit. I'm using new stuff as far as this walkthrough is concerned. So for Cloud, we're going to be using Hard Edge, Chain Bangle, and Champion Belt. His Materia setup is Steadfast Block, Parry, ATB Boost, ATB Stagger, Refocus, Deadly Dodge, HP Up, and HP Up. This was a build for Cloud that I used a lot during my normal playthrough. But it kind of fell out of favor when I was doing hard mode because I got so obsessed with making him the hybrid tank healer that we all know and love. And don't get me wrong, I think he's great at that. And I think once you hit the end game with like Sephiroth and Genova and all those fights, he's probably still best suited doing that. But the sewer area isn't too bad. You can get by with using this build on there, and it's a really fun build to use, so that's just why I'm going with it. We have Barret actually set up to be our healer with Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Healing Carcanet. And he actually doesn't have any healing equipped on himself. He has Chakra, Prayer, First Strike, Skill Master, ATB Assist, HP Up, Steadfast Block, and Revival. Now, alternatively, we could swap revival for a piece of healing materia, so he could cast regen on himself. But it's not a big deal. Basically, the idea with this is as soon as the fight starts, you use First Strike to cast Lifeline on everyone, and then you basically tank the whole party's damage with Barret, and with Healing Carcanet, Chakra and Prayer are actually very, very effective. Chakra, if you wait until his health is in red to use it, you can get back like 6,000 HP. It's a really good combination. And again, I don't know that this would be great for like super endgame stuff, but it's definitely a very solid build. And it's fun to use. I mean, healing with Barret and not using any MP, it's really efficient when you're running through long areas like this. And lastly, we have Tifa, who's going to function as our Black Mage pretty much. Sonic Strikers, Cog Bangle, and Circlet. She has Magnified Junction to Fire, because everything down here is weak against fire, so that's the MVP spell for this area. Magic up, Magic up, First Strike, MP up, Skill Master, Barrier, and Time. So pretty much as soon as she gets her first bar set up, well, actually, depending on the mob, she might just nuke them with Fyra or Firaga as soon as it starts. But in some instances, she'll be using First Strike to go ahead and get Barret buffed up with Barrier and Time. Anyway, you've probably heard me talk enough, so let's go ahead and get through these sewers. This area isn't too bad. There's Sahagin you need to watch out for, and then the crab things, but other than that, there aren't too many difficult enemies here. Once we progress about halfway through, we're going to run into some Abzu Shoal, which are very annoying little fuckers, but it's we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Let's enjoy ourselves first. So go under here. We're gonna have a Sahagin pop out on us, and honestly, you can be pretty ballsy with how much of Tifa's MP you're using. You don't really she's not gonna be functioning in this same role when we oh, I did not know you could parry the jump. That is slick. Love you, Cloud. Well, yeah, so apparently if you're in a blocking and Punisher, you can go ahead and parry the jump they do, which is nice. Now, I was pretty sloppy on that encounter, and I let Tifa get hurt, but we have a bench actually coming up here, so that's why I wasn't too worried about it. I promise we'll play it a little more cleanly as we progress further into the sewers. And most of the mobs are worth addressing. I don't think there's too many junk mobs in here. Like, they're all at least mildly threatening. So again, in here, you want to take the blue goos out first, or at least as soon as you possibly can, because they're pretty dangerous. So let's go ahead and have Tifa Fyra. That takes care of them. And Focus Strike. Now that Barret has, let's go ahead and Lifesaver with Barret. Switch to Tifa. She's got an Omnis Strike. Nice. And switch to Barret and Overcharge. And let's go ahead, Focus Shot it. Oh, I am going to be doing that non-stop now. Sahagin, is that how you say it? I've been saying Sahagin. I probably sound like even more of an idiot than I usually do doing that, but that's fine. So for Cloud here, these crab things actually, Blade Burst is very good at getting rid of them. Just try when they jump at you to counter, and then just go ahead and Blade Burst. It's really good for dealing with their guard mode, especially. Let's do it again. Yeah, see, look at that. You just tear him up. Go ahead, overcharge. We're still good on health, pretty much. I'll go ahead and chakra, why not? But yeah, as you're gonna notice, this healer build with Barret is pretty damn solid. I think my only real like thing I don't like about it is I think it's really good for fights where you only have like one move to worry about that can do a lot of damage to your party. But for fights where pretty much everything you're fighting can annihilate your party, I don't think it's as reliable as just good old-fashioned healing combined with all. Like like the end is a big example, but Genova actually is a sneaky boss too. That fight can be a bit of a pain. And let's go ahead, when it goes to guard like that, just go ahead to Cloud and Blade Burst it, and that should take care of it. Yep. Love me some Blade Burst. Alright, so in here we've got the Sahagin. We're going to go ahead and have Tifa do a Fire Raga. We'll do a Fire actually. Oh man, that is so satisfying. Fuck them things. Okay, and then a Blade Burst. Whoops. And let's go ahead and Blade Burst again. And back to Tifa. Oh man, that is so awesome. Here comes the toading, which is not necessarily awesome. Also, I did not realize I forgot to lifeline with Barret, so let's go ahead. Oh no, I got turned into a toad. Alright, Tifa. We had our fun, but we gotta end this now. Yeah, if that happens, just try and make sure it isn't to Tifa, because she's the one that has fire. Fyra is the like big FU to those things. And it's nice to be able to just end the fight if someone gets toaded, because being a toad sucks. Unless you're that guy who beats Sephiroth using 3 toads. In which case, you know, then you might prefer to be in toad mode. I still don't know how he did that. I was watching that video. Let me adjust my seat. Sorry about that. I was watching that video just in sheer amazement. Like I don't care that I know that it was probably on easy. Like I understand that, but I don't even think it would be possible on a higher difficulty. I'm still frankly surprised it was possible on a lower difficulty like that, because that's just fucking crazy. Like Sephiroth does so much damage. And you would think with in Toad mode, where you're already like more susceptible to getting hurt, that would just be a death sentence. Okay, so this area is only annoying because they'll fill up that hallway with poison. So as per usual, we're gonna go ahead and just deal with that this way. Now Barret is a little hurt, which sucks because he's knocked out in the middle of that poison, but it's okay. If you get into a situation like this, you can always just go to the menu, go to Tifa, swap out her barrier for heal, and then just heal Barret up real quick. It's not a big deal. She's got, like I said, we can burn through her magic points. She's not going to be using them very much. Cura is probably better. And I do believe the Sonic Strikers have discounted healing as a perk, so that's good. And let's go ahead and go back to barrier. When you have Barret as the healer, he is very much the core to your party. Like, you do not want him. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. Yeah, you definitely don't want him to get into a bad situation. Okay, and as soon as this starts, take out the blue goo. Blue goos are very annoying. Like, I know it's, especially if you're fighting Sahagin alongside them, like, there's probably a party that wants to take out the Sahagin first, but trust me, you want the blue goos gone. You could always equip the thing that makes you immune to sleep while you're running through here. I think it's headband. But, why bother? They aren't very tough. You can kill them very quickly. And here's the doggo. The doggo Barret loves so much. And through here, we'll be back to a familiar area. At least mildly familiar. And go over here and break these crates. Break all the crates you can. Because it's nice to get MP back. Everybody loves that. Man, when Leslie tries to kill Don Corneo, it's so pathetic. It's like the something from a cartoon how easily Corneo disarms him. Like, I kind of feel bad for him. Especially with the backstory, and it's like, oh man, it hit against the fence. That sucks. That's okay. That sort of stuff happens. So let's go ahead and go to Barret real quick and just get the lifesaver up for everybody. Okay, here we are. We've got a blade burst up for Cloud, so let's go ahead and use that. So that takes care of them too. And then with Tifa, with it being guarded like that, let's do a fire. Okay. Overcharge with Barret. Okay, there we are. And let's go ahead and pray to get everybody healed up. Didn't realize I wasn't in Punisher. That is sad. And Blade Burst should finish him. Nice. Okay. And let's go ahead. Go through here. Normally I try and skip ahead, but like I said, this area is one of those ones where I'm just going to go through each mob. And we've got a bench here. A lot of benches down here too. They're very generous about benches and MP in the sewer. I will say as the game goes past this point, they do get progressively less generous with the crates. They're pretty much always generous with benches, but the crates start becoming rarer. And now we have to deal with these little shits. I hate these fucking things. Mainly just because of the boss fight with the second boss fight with Abzu. Not this part. This part's pretty easy. So there's going to be... this isn't it. There's a mob of 3 Sahagin coming up, and that's a pretty scary thing. So we're probably, yeah, right here. We're probably just going to have Tifa blow them up with Fire Aga. That seems to be the best way to deal with this, because fuck fighting 3 of these things. Thanks, Tifa. That takes care of one of them, or 2 of them, it looks like. Yep. And now that, let's go ahead and go over to Barret. Overcharge. Steel skin, so we can eat that jump. Oh, he jumped at Cloud. I should have parried it. Oh well. Let's go ahead. this thing. Don't want to get toaded if you can help it. Go ahead and pray. Switch to Tifa. No, I'm sorry, switch to Cloud, it looks like. That's fine. And he's dead. No big deal. Yeah, those things are scary though. They can they do a lot of damage with that jump attack, and then anything that can toad you. I said turtle. Anything that can toad you is something to be worried about, because being toaded is not fun at all. So I don't need that. And now is where Tifa is really going to start burning through that MP, because these little guys need to... I hate them. I hate these things so much. I hate the way they look. I hate their stupid snouts. And they're gone. That one is anyway. There's a lot more to replace them. They're never really gone. Except for maybe after you beat the big one the second time, because that's pretty thorough. You actually kill it instead of just smacking it and making it run. And again, over here, the blue goo is, of course, the first priority. So go ahead and shoot a fire at it. Now, again, this is where you're going to want to really start being on top of it with Barret. You can get by being kind of sloppy like I was earlier on in the sewer, but these little fuckers' headbutts hurt really bad. It hurts really bad, and they are surprisingly one of the... They can interrupt pretty much anybody. Like, I've seen them interrupt... I've seen the headbutt that they throw interrupt Barret, even with steel skin before, which is absolutely crazy. Like, that usually means Barret is just going to cast whatever he wants. So, we're going to come in here in a Sahagin. I just learned to say the word right, so I'm sorry. He's going to pop out of the water right there. Go to Tifa and Fire Aga it, because that can get... There we go. I love parrying them. It is a good feeling. And let's go ahead. Focus thrust. Run from that, because that's another attack that will toad you. Go ahead and have Barret lifeline. Yeah, that's another attack. See that little spinning around shit he's doing? That is an annoying attack. It can definitely cost you. It will take you out, and you're going to be angry because you got killed by a stupid rat-faced thing spinning around in a circle. And that's not any way for a soldier to die, or the leader of an eco-terrorist unit, or a super hot badass martial artist who bartends on the side. You're all way too interesting to get killed by something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Here comes the headbutt. Go ahead and just transition. And poor Tifa's in a little bit of pain. We're going to go ahead and have her cast, and then we're going to have Barret life save so she can ideally survive. Yep, there we are. I do need to stop being so sloppy with this. I'm doing not great right now. Let's go ahead and have Tifa heal. Do a little bit of healing. She can just heal herself. That's good. And then, yeah, Cloud and Barret are fine. Go ahead and switch that back. A little on the sloppy side, but we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Let's go ahead and run through here and chase this fucking nuisance. And of course it's going to keep running. And down here we've got this, and then a Sahagin, one of the... I'm never going to say it right, probably. It's probably pronounced some completely different way than what I'm even saying. But go ahead and fire it, because that's got to go. Alright, let's go ahead to Barret now and quickly lifesaver her. And then Cloud can triple slash. That good. That took out the blue goo at least. That was the main thing I was worried about. Focus strike maybe. Not good enough. But we're gonna go ahead. That's fine. Star shower. Back to Barret. We've got the overcharge. Oh no! Get out of there. Okay, at least it died. That's fine. Not the best time to overcharge, but we made it through. Leslie's going to go ahead and open this door for us. We go down here, and we are very close to finally getting to wring this little fucking guy's neck. Alright, and here we are, finally about to wring this ugly fucker's little neck. So, let's go ahead. We do want to make sure that our health is relatively topped off, because these stupid things can do a surprising amount of damage. Ideally we're going to kill the mischievous one before it is able to summon any help, but in the instance that doesn't happen, we don't want to be ass out. So essentially what we're going to do is... go to Tifa here and give her back barrier. As soon as the fight starts, we want to get Lifeline casted and get Barret toughened up. But we also want to nuke it, so it's kind of like a what is your priority thing. For me, I think you want to nuke it first, see if you can kill it, and then if you're not able to before it's summoned, start buffing yourself up and get ready for a whole wave of these stupid fucking things. Okay, so as soon as the fight starts, we're going to go to Tifa and have her unmagnified Curaga on it. And that's going to give us a nice little moment of pressure. Go ahead and focus shot it. There we are, it's staggered, which is a good thing for us. Alright, so now I think with Tifa, let's go ahead and do another Fire Aga on it. This is basically the last time down here she's going to be using MP. So it's cool. Infinities and get it. Nice. Okay, yeah, this is what we wanted, because hopefully we can take care of it before it summons help. No. Yes. God, I hate having to fight the group of them. Their attacks are just so annoying. They have this like thing where they spin around in a circle and go around the room like the Tasmanian devil, and it fucking stun locks you and does a whole ass ton of damage. Like they're ugly, they're dangerous, I fucking hate them. I just hate them. And then in the boss fight that's coming up, we're about to have to fight like 100 of them. But we've got one more Corneo stash to go get first. So let's go ahead and drain out the water. And I'm going to go get that for those who are following the side quest and are interested in it. For those of you that aren't, I'm going to put a timestamp so you can just go ahead and skip past that to us going up the ladder and fighting Abzu again. So I will see you guys wherever you guys decide to go. I'll see you there. So we're going back this way to get the last stash spot, the last Corneo stash. Now that the water level is lowered, we can go down here and we will fight the Sahagin Prince, and two of its little minions. Not so little minions. I mean, normal Sahagin are Sahagin. Sahagin would probably make more sense. That sounds more like frog demon-esque. So Tifa is rocking just enough MP to get us 2 Fire Agas, which is really all we need out of her. So we can keep our setup the same. If my MP was a little lower than that, I'd recommend switching to Cloud with the Mithril Saber build and just have him be the one that does it. But I think this will work. You can get all 3 of them to jump up in a little pile. Here they come. So as soon as this happens and he lands, go to Tifa and Fire Aga, because you do not want. Nice. Okay, that's what we need. So again, have Tifa once more Fire Aga the Prince. And then we're going to go ahead and have Barret Focus Shot the Prince. And then Cloud can go ahead back into Punisher. I don't know why I did that. ATB Boost. And very nice. You leave Tifa alone. She is my queen. She's my queen. We're going to go ahead and have... Let's try a Blade Burst. Oh no. Yeah, he does that attack, which kind of knocks you in the air and hurts. With him being pressured, yeah, we definitely want a Focus Shot. He's got the barrier up. That's never pleasant. Okay, so we're going to go ahead, use her last bit to get haste on Barret, because we need to start healing. Oh, no, I guess we don't, because he is staggered, which means it should be dead. And now Barret, let me switch to him. Tifa's got an Omnis Strike, and then he's got an Overcharge. Yeah, it's done. And that is the Sahagin Prince. Sahagin Prince. The Fresh Prince of Swamp Water. So... Yep, we are done with that side quest. So that's the last Corneo stash. We're not technically done with it. You have to go. You have to turn it into Merle when you see her. But we're done with all of the actual fighting. So next we're going to get our Materia set up to take on Abzu for the second time. Hey guys, here we are, just in front of the second Abzu fight. This video is really getting longer than I would like, so I'm going to go through really quickly and explain my gear. And yeah, we'll try and get this done quickly. So Cloud is rocking Mithril Saber, Chain Bangle, and Revival Earrings. He has Magnify, Fire, Magic Up, Healing, Skill Master, Steadfast Block, HP Up, and MP Up. So he is just designed to drop fireballs on people and do some healing on occasion if need be. Sorry about that stomping upstairs, the joys of living in an apartment building. Barret is rocking Chakra, Prayer, First Strike, Skill Master, ATB Assist, HP Up, Steadfast Block, and Revival. Gear-wise, he has Big Bertha, Supreme Bracer, and Healing Carcanet. So he's still set up in his tank healing hybrid. Tifa here has Steadfast Block, First Strike, MP Up, HP Up, Revival, Barrier, and Time. Her job is basically just to cast Barrier and Time on Barret and Revival if need be. I do have the extra MP to hopefully help with that. She has a pretty good recharge rate on her gloves, and there is crates in here that will break and actually give you some MP back on occasions. So hopefully Sorry, I hit the table I was recording on. Let me get myself comfortable here. So this boss has some devastating attacks. The Backwater Deluge attack is absolutely just horrendous. It will one-shot pretty much your entire party. It's one of the most, I mean, it's probably the most devastating attack in the game. I don't know how you can get worse than just straight up party wiping. And it makes this fight very frustrating sometimes, because it's one of those fights where you can be doing very well the entire time, and then boom, it just drops its ultimate attack and you're dead. So I have tried to mitigate that as much as possible by bringing revival earrings on Cloud and Tifa. I don't have them on Barret because the healing Carcanet I feel is very important to his build. So we're just going to have to try and keep him alive. You can dodge the attack. You just gotta... For the Backwater Blast, you basically just want to run to the opposite side of the room. And then the Deluge is weird. It's like you want to be behind him for the first blast and then move to the front of him for the second blast. It does like a diagonal shot across the map. But hopefully we won't have to worry too much about it. I would also highly recommend bringing Ifrit, because Ifrit is just amazing for this fight and can absolutely slaughter the little guys. And if it gets its ultimate attack off on Abzu, it will do 9,999 to it. So it's devastating. Ifrit kind of owns this boss. But yeah, so let's go ahead. I said I didn't want to make this long and I rambled on forever. Let's go ahead and do this. This is one of those fights where as soon as it starts, you want to run away because you're getting swung at as soon as the cutscene ends. There you go. Alright, so these guys actually can be very valuable because killing one gives you a crap ton to your limit bar. See, look at that. That was just from killing one of them. And they pretty much die as soon as they get staggered. And go ahead and try and get a third one. There we are. You can parry their headbutt, and that. Oh, I need one more. You can punish or parry their headbutt, and that will do wonders. Go ahead. Oh, I hate it when they do the spit when you think they're gonna headbutt. They always do the opposite of what you think they will. Cool, there's that. Okay, so now that we have a limit bar, let's go ahead and have Barret do Lifesaver. Okay, and let's have Tifa go ahead and haste. We'll do Cloud, and then Cloud is going to use one of his bars to regen on Barret. Cool. And now we want to try and get Ascension on this guy if we can. I don't know if going into Punisher makes it do more damage, but I like to do it anyway as like a force of habit. And there it goes. And let's go ahead and just hit it with a Fire-Aga and have Barret get its attention. There we are. So now let's go back to Cloud. I hate these things with a passion. Like, these things deserve nothing but death. They are the most horrendous little fucking things ever. I hate them. I won't even lie to you, viewers. I have a very strong opinions about these things. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and shoot another Fire-Aga at the Abzu. Cool. And that's once you see that X go over their bar, don't even bother attacking because it's a waste of time. And this cutscene is going to happen, and after the cutscene, you're going to see a bunch of the little Abzu kind of like bunched up, and you want to try and there you go. As soon as you can, you're probably not going to get all of them, but it is worth it to try and get a couple. There's one. Cool, so we have a limit break again. We're going to go ahead. Let's have Barret. No, I'm sorry. Let's have Tifa do a barrier on Barret. Okay, yeah, so here's the first one. And this one's pretty easy, so it's coming out of that vent, so you just want to run everyone over here. And we're going to have Smackdown does good against them if I can hit it. That's the cool. Actually did hit. Oh my god, that wasn't what I wanted. We'll go ahead and Smackdown again. Targeting in this game, the targeting is really bad if you have like a big mob you're fighting like this. Like it does not want to stay on anything. So let's go ahead and get to Cloud. Get the Punisher, and hopefully it's not going to run away. Nope. Switch to Tifa, double unbridled strength. Go ahead, go to Barret now. As is the general rule, just keep switching it up, making sure that you're not staying on one person for too long, lest they start getting focused down. Go ahead, do a Fire Aga. Don't be afraid to be very, very loose, fast and loose with that MP, because after this fight the chapter's over, so you're not gonna have to worry about it. So if you do need to use all of your MP to beat him, go for it. Go to Cloud. Okay, cool. So once again, at the end of the cutscene, they're going to be bunched up in a group. So do your best to try and blow them up. Yep, there we are. So go ahead and do a fire on that center one. And that got rid of some of them, which is nice. The annoying thing about this part is they really start doing the like the diving tackles and doing all of that shit, which can be very annoying. So let's go ahead, switch to Barret. Just try and keep switching it up from person to person. Oh no, no, he didn't interrupt. That is a very rare occurrence. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and have Barret focus shot the Abzu. Tifa can go ahead and haste Cloud, and then she can go ahead and haste Barret. And oh man, she got it bad there. I don't have Lifeline activated anymore, that's why. As a lesson there, boys and girls, always make sure Lifeline's up. So hopefully Cloud can get her healed before she dies. Yes, he did. Good job. Triple charge. This is a scary attack. Okay, but we weathered the storm. Now once again, have Cloud Fire Aga the Abzu. Okay, so with this attack, it's going to shoot water out of one direction, and then you're going to want to switch sides. So for the first one, you're going to get behind it. Barret got wiped out, but that's okay. And the stupid things, there we are. And then you move to the other side just like so. And let's have Barret very quickly pray. Oh no. Okay, that's fine. Now Tifa has her limit, so let's go ahead and get that. I apologize for this sloppy attempt, but I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I just kind of have a hard time with this boss. Like I don't know if it's my play style or if I'm just not doing something correctly, but I do not have a very easy time with that boss at all. But we got through it. We had to use a rise spell, but we killed it, and it is fucking gone. That thing is one of the banes of my existence in this game. So hopefully you got some good info out of that, despite me not doing particularly great at dealing with it. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and move on. And that is the end of Chapter 14, actually. The rest is just cutscenes and walking, which as anyone who's watching this is familiar with, knows is something I just skip past. I'm going the wrong way. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in... That's the end of this episode, so I will see you in the next video.